Today we're going to talk about the circle. We're going to go through the parts of the circle, and we're going to learn how to come up with the circumference of a circle. Please take notes on the provided worksheet. Here we have a circle. A circle is a simple closed shape. It is also a set of all points in a plane, so this is all a bunch of points all around here, that are the same exact distance from a given point that we call the center. So the center lies in the middle of our shape, and all these points along are the same distance. So if we measured, this would all be the same distance away. So you'll want to note that the center is in the middle, and it is the same distance from all of the points on the circle. This line that we've created from the center to one of the points is what we call the radius. The radius is a straight line that goes from the center to any point on the circle itself. A line that goes from one side of the circle to the other side circle, passing through the center, is what we call the diameter. So again, this is the line that goes from one side to the other and passes through the middle. If it doesn't pass through the middle and goes like this, that is not a diameter. That is this, which is not on your vocab sheet, is what we call a chord. The circumference of the circle is the distance around the circle. So we compare this to perimeter. The perimeter is the distance around a polygon. The circumference is the distance around a circle. Today we're going to learn how to find the circumference and why it works. You likely have heard that the formula for circumference of a circle, C, equals pi times diameter. Let me explain why. What we're basically saying is that we have this number pi, which is defined as 3.14. And when we multiply it by the length across our circle, we get the distance around. So that's saying that if we have our diameter and we multiply it by 3 and a little bit more, we will go all the way around. What that's actually suggesting is that if we have our diameter of this length and we say 1, if we were to stretch it like a string around, we'd go 1 time around, we go 2 times around, and we go 3 times around, and we then have a little bit more, or 0.14 or 14% of one of these times around. So our circle, every single circle, if we know how much across, we can multiply that by 3.14 and we know exactly the distance around our circle. And that's the circumference, and that's how we find the circumference. So while many of you have just memorized this at this point, know that what it actually means is if you have any circle, I'm going to draw a circle here, and you know the distance across, which is way easier to probably measure, we can take that measurement and put it around 1, 2, 3, and a little bit more. And that's an estimate, obviously, and that's not a full circle. So, how do we compute circumference? We obviously have circumference equals pi times diameter. If we know the diameter, we simply multiply it by pi, and we get our circumference. Circumference is like perimeter. It's measured in segments such as centimeters or feet, inches, etc. So it's just a one-dimensional measurement of distance. Our last vocabulary term is the semicircle, which is a half circle, semicircle. Okay, and if we wanted to find the distance of this, or the circumference of this, it would be a little bit different. We'd want to find this part by doing pi times diameter and divide that by 2. And then we just add on this part, which would simply be the diameter.